Hi everyone, I'm Lauren White with PayHub, and we are here to do a demonstration and tutorial on Employer on the Go. A lot of people have questions about just how to use it, how to enter hours, how to view reports, and that's what I want to walk you through today via screen share. So if you will, follow me for about 3 to 5 minutes. I'll show you how to do that. All right, and bear with me as I get this loaded. Okay, so now hopefully you're looking at my mouse and can see the screen share. First, I want to take you to the website. So Employer on the Go is a URL-based website, so you can access it from absolutely anywhere, phone, tablet, computer, and here is the URL right there, again, employeronthego.com. From there, us at PayHub will give you a username and password. So once you have the username and password, you can go ahead and enter it in these fields. And for the purpose of the tutorial today, I'm actually going to use our demo account. So as you can see, I've already logged into our demo account. And from this, you will be shown a dashboard. So once you log in, this is the screen that everyone should see. Okay. So today I'm going to show you basically 3 things that you'll use most often. The first one is employees. So under your employees section of the dashboard, if you click employees and contractors, you'll be able to see all of your employees listed below. So as you can tell, there's 3 employees for this company. You can add employees, you can make changes to these employees, and I will show you how to do that. So for instance, let's say that Lauren May is one of my employees, and I need to actually change her pay rate. She just got a pay raise. So I can click Edit at the bottom right. And as you'll see, all these things here on the bottom right are what you will use to add employees, edit employees, calculate pay, just basically a little calculator. So I'm going to click Edit. Okay, so then these tabs that you're looking at are going to be specifically related to Lauren May. So for instance, like I said, I want to change her pay info. So if I go into pay info, all right, I am given most stuff that's going to be entered from your processor. So the start date, the end date, their next pay date, all of this is pre-populated. But let's say, you know, she's been working here a couple years and now she's getting $27 an hour. Oops. Perfect. So after you make a change like that, always make sure that you hit this save button here at the bottom right. So I'm going to go ahead and save that information. Great. I still want to make sure that everything else looks good for her, so I will walk through her tabs just to view them as well. So any of these tabs here, for instance, if someone has a new deduction, say they have a garnishment or an accrual, you can actually edit these here and add them. So as long as your processor has set up, for instance, a 401k deduction from the back end, you can then find that under Add New Record and the drop-down box. So any that have specifically been set up for your company, you can click that, and then you can choose the date you want it to start, if it's a percentage of their pay, if it's a actual amount of their pay, you can set all that here. One question I see a lot is, there's nowhere to enter the amount. Believe it or not, this tiny little scroll bar is going to be what you use to scroll over and type in, a 401k of, we'll say $50 a payroll. All right. And then again, always make sure to save those changes. So for her, I don't need that, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel out. The other main thing that people change is, say, direct deposit information. This one's really neat because if people change banks, you don't always have to go to your processor. You can actually edit their direct deposit information right from within the system. Add a new record for them here, routing, account number, whatever you need to do. Pretty self-explanatory. This part's actually really neat. Okay, so after any changes have been made to employees, you're going to enter payroll. This is what most people will need to utilize. So let's go to enter payroll. Okay. And then below you will see a timesheet. So the first time that you come into the system, you will actually be given this screen. It's your setup screen, and this is where you actually get to set up your timesheet. So most companies will only need regular hours and overtime hours, so click both of those. And then if your company is unique and has other things such as vacation time, maybe they have, trying to think, bonuses, this is what you can add to a timesheet as well. So I'll include bonuses just because at the end of the year, this company does bonuses. Okay, great. So now you'll see Adam, Lauren, and Rebecca listed, and I'll put in their hours. So one worked 30 hours, one worked 40, and we'll say the other person worked 40 with overtime being 2 hours. Okay. Now, if you have a salary employee who doesn't work any hours, just go ahead and leave it blank. That will automatically come up. And if you have people, this is actually interesting, if you have people that work different jobs. So for instance, Lauren does design work and she does administrative work. You can actually, if I click on her name and then I click add, it will include a second line item for Lauren, which is really neat. So then I can put that she worked at her second location. And these locations will be marked as well for your company. And then at that second location, she worked an additional 3 hours. Okay, so once your timesheet is all set and good to go, again, notice you can scroll over if you need to. You're gonna hit save. Perfect. So after I've hit save, it'll show you the total hours that are worked for the company. And then the next button you'll click is Preview Payroll. All right. And then the next button is Preview. And what this is doing is calculating any taxes, any hours, everything of that sort. Oops. Let's say no. Okay, so one error occurred. I'm actually glad that this came up. If there are any errors that occur, you'll want to hit OK and then see what the error was. In this case, I actually ran a demo the other day and that payroll hasn't been closed. So it will tell you to, make sure that, federal tax is listed in payroll taxes. So again, you shouldn't see any errors, but if you do, it would probably be because you left an employee's hours blank and it just wants to double check you don't want to pay that employee, or a bank account, number or digit is off. It will notify you about stuff like that. So again, just make sure that you either want to move forward or you can go back at this point. This is new, actually, an Employer on the Go. Estimated payroll expenses are to your right. The biggest question that we get is where are my payroll totals and how much is coming out of my account? What you want to plan on is having this total available in your account. So this will encompass absolutely everything, which is really nice and just a quick way to view your payroll. So once there are no errors or exceptions, hit Approve Payroll. Oh, I'm sorry, let's actually go back. I want to show you one other thing. Okay, so before you hit Approve Payroll, the best thing to do would be to hit View Preview. Okay, now the View Preview takes you to your payroll detail. From that payroll detail, you can turn it into a PDF, a Word document, you can email it to someone, export it, print it, whatever you want to do. But this is where you definitely want to double check that all the numbers look good. If you need to zoom in, you can go ahead and do that. And then just, again, take a glance, make sure that once this gets to the processors, that this is exactly what they're going to process. So you must exit out of this, the top left corner, when you're done viewing it. Perfect. And then if it does look good, you'll hit Approve Payroll. And last but not least, notify payroll rep of approval. And this is it. So once you hit notify payroll rep of approval, I'm actually going to send this to myself. Okay. This is where you're going to want to put any questions you may have, like I wasn't sure about adding an employee, or any questions you may have. If there's no questions, you could just put thank you and hit send. and it says email sent. So the second you send that email, your processor's notified and the payroll's good to go. It's really that simple. And if you have any questions, we're more than happy to help. If that button doesn't come up, if that email doesn't populate, you will want to check that your pop-up blocker is turned off. I often see that the pop-up blocker may not be turned off, so you'll go to your browser and look for your security settings and turn off your pop-up blocker. All right, and last but not least, I want to show you where to find your reports. So once your processor has finished processing the payroll and closed it, all of your reports are actually going to show up in this box. I don't think we've run any as of this point, but then you'll be able to view any of your payroll documents here. Or my favorite, you can go to Report Wizard and you can create your own reports. So for instance, you need to know how many hours one in particular employee worked last month. You will go next through the departments and you can create custom reports. So if you have multiple departments, it will ask you to either select all or choose the one you want. For instance, I need to know Rebecca Stone's, so I'm going to click her. I'm going to click next, and then you can decide if you want to know by quarter, by month, the information for this report. It does give you so many options. So most people will just need the first couple of options. If you get stuck here, let us know, but this does allow you to poke around and find a report that's good for you. It almost is overwhelming though, because there's just so many reports. So run report. Okay, and then this will take you to a detail of specifically her hours and her pay for this whole quarter. So you can always exit out of these to go back to the last screen. And that's it. That's basically a crash course in Employer on the Go. If you have any questions, the help section is extremely wonderful, can walk you through a lot. And then if anything else needs to be answered, if you hit support, it'll take you to an email that goes directly to your processor here at PayHub. So I'm going to cancel out of that. Again, we work with small to mid-sized businesses at PayHub, and we would absolutely love to start working with you and see if it's a good fit. So if you think that this is something that would make your payroll life a little bit easier and we may be able to help you, please let us know. You can reach us at 860-284-0152. My name is Lauren White, and I will be more than happy to assist you, as would anyone else here. Again, that phone number, 860-284-0152. And I just want to thank you for joining this tutorial. And if you have any other questions, please let us know. Take care.